Inside this tomato factory, millions of fresh tomatoes become sauce, paste, and ketchup through a complete industrial process.
One raw tomato stream can become several products if the factory separates and controls each process correctly.
The process begins by checking whether the tomatoes have the right color, firmness, and maturity for processing.
Before harvesting begins, the machine is checked for safe and steady field operation.
The harvester lifts the tomato plants and separates ripe fruit from stems and leaves.
Some field sorting happens immediately on the harvester to remove unwanted material.
Clean tomatoes are transferred into a field trailer as harvesting continues.
Field trailers transfer the tomatoes into trucks for quick delivery to the factory.
Fresh tomatoes are transported quickly because time affects color, texture, and product quality.
At the factory, each truck first enters the receiving and weighing system.
Truck weighing helps the factory measure how much tomato enters production. Incoming samples help estimate quality before unloading begins. The lab checks color, solids, acidity, and defect levels before the batch enters the main line. Approved trucks move to the unloading bay, where tomatoes enter the factory through a water flume.
The water flume cushions the tomatoes and moves them toward washing.
Water transport reduces impact damage while moving tomatoes into the cleaning line. Leaves, stems, and field trash are removed before detailed washing begins. The first wash removes soil, dust, and loose field residue from the tomato surface. Soft brushes clean the tomato skins without crushing the fruit. A final rinse removes loosened material before the tomatoes move to sorting.
Draining removes excess surface water before inspection and sorting. Optical sorting removes green, damaged, and discolored tomatoes from the main line.
Final manual inspection catches defects that automatic sorting may miss.
Approved tomatoes move by elevator conveyor into the crushing section.
A crusher breaks whole tomatoes into a mash for heating and pulping.
The crushed mash is pumped into the heating stage to prepare the tomato base.
Hot break heating helps preserve viscosity for products like paste and sauce.
The pulper separates smooth tomato base from skins, seeds, and coarse solids.
Skins and seeds are collected separately, so the base becomes smooth.
The smooth tomato base is collected before being divided into product lines.
From this point, the tomato base is divided into paste, sauce, and ketchup streams.
The paste line concentrates tomato base by removing water under controlled conditions.
Tomato base enters a vacuum evaporator where water is removed carefully.
As water is removed, the tomato base becomes thicker and turns into tomato paste.
Paste quality is checked for color, thickness, and concentration.
The concentrated paste is sterilized before being filled into aseptic packaging. Tomato paste can be filled into aseptic bags for bulk storage and industrial customers. Filled paste drums are sealed and checked before warehouse storage. Sauce line turns tomato base into a cooked tomato sauce ready for filling.
The sauce base is blended for flavor, texture, and consistency.
Cooking develops sauce texture while keeping the product moving to prevent scorching.
A finishing filter helps create a smoother sauce before filling.
Clean containers are prepared before hot sauce filling begins.
The cooked sauce is filled into containers at a controlly volume.
Capping seals the sauce immediately after filling.
Cooling stabilizes the filled sauce containers before final inspection.
Ketchup line uses blending, homogenization, pasteurization, and bottle filling. Ketchup blending creates a thicker, smoother product with controlled flavor and texture.
Homogenization helps ketchup become smooth, stable, and consistent. Pasteurization improves product safety before ketchup enters the filling line.
Clean bottles are prepared before ketchup filling begins. Thick ketchup is filled into bottles using controlled filling nozzles.
Capping seals each ketchup bottle immediately after filling. Inspection checks fill level, cap position, and bottle appearance.
Some factories also prepare canned or diced tomato products as a secondary line.
Diced tomatoes require controlled cutting so pieces stay consistent.
Diced tomato pieces can be filled into cans as another tomato product.
Seaming closes the filled cans before heat processing and inspection. Quality control checks every product stream before packaging and reorganization.
Tomato paste is checked for thickness, color, and concentration.
Tomato sauce must have controlled texture and stable appearance.
Ketchup is checked for smoothness, thickness, and consistency before release.
Final inspection protects package quality before products enter cartons and pallets. Sauce containers are packed into cartons for warehouse handling. Ketchup bottles are grouped and packed for distribution. Bulk tomato paste drums are palletized separately from retail products.
Cartons are sealed before palletizing and warehouse storage.
Finished cartons are stacked into stable pallets for warehouse movement. Stretch wrapping keeps pallets stable during storage and transport. Finished tomato products are stored in organized warehouse zones before distribution. Inventory tracking connects finished products back to production batches.
Finished tomato products leave the factory through an organized loading dock.
After processing, packaging, and inspection, tomato products are ready for distribution.
Skins, seeds, stems, and rejected tomatoes are collected separately from the clean product stream. A real factory cleans the receiving system to keep the next batch controlled.
Washing equipment is cleaned so incoming tomatoes enter a hygienic system. The crusher and pulper must be cleaned because they contact tomato mash directly.
Sauce and ketchup filling equipment is cleaned before the next production run.
The first part of the process moves tomatoes from field harvesting to factory receiving. The tomatoes are washed, drained, sorted, and inspected before crushing. Crushing, heating, and pulping turn whole tomatoes into a smooth tomato base.
The paste line removes water and fills thick tomato paste into bulk packaging.
Sauce line blends and cooks tomato base before filling it into containers. The ketchup line creates a thicker, smoother product before bottle filling. Finished tomato products are packed, palletized, stored, and prepared for distribution.
This display shows how fresh tomatoes become paste, sauce, and ketchup step by step.
Good tomato products begin with ripe fruit that has strong color and clean condition. Crushing creates a mash that still contains juice, pulp, skins, and seeds. After pulping, the tomato base becomes smooth enough for paste, sauce, and ketchup production.
Tomato paste is concentrated, thick, and used as a base for many food products.
Tomato sauce is cooked and balanced for texture, flavor, and appearance.
Ketchup has a thicker and smoother texture than standard tomato sauce.
From one tomato stream, the factory creates paste, sauce, ketchup, and other tomato products.
Each machine has a clear purpose, and the process must stay connected from raw fruit to finished product.
Food factories rely on worker safety, hygiene, and clean product contact surfaces.
Factory discipline keeps raw tomatoes, clean pulp, cooked products, and finished packages in the right zones.
The first transformation is physical. Whole tomatoes become cleaned, sorted, crushed, and pulped.
The second transformation divides one tomato base into paste, sauce, and ketchup.
Final transformation is packaging, inspection, palletizing, and warehouse storage.
Tomato paste is the concentrated product used by food manufacturers around the world.
Tomato sauce is cooked, filled, capped, cooled, and inspected before packing.
Ketchup becomes a thick, smooth, bottled product after blending and pasteurization.
Finished warehouse shows how one raw material becomes several market-ready products.
The loading dock connects the finished tomato products to the supply chain. This is the full journey from fresh tomatoes in the field to finished tomato products leaving the factory.
Every product follows a clear path: harvest, wash, sort, crush, pulp, cook, fill, inspect, and pack. Sorting is critical because poor tomatoes can affect color, flavor, and final product quality. Pulping separates smooth tomato base from skins and seeds.
Concentration removes water and turns tomato base into thick tomato paste.
Filling lines must control volume, closure, and cleanliness for every container.
Quality control keeps the different tomato products consistent from batch to batch.
Packaging protects the product and prepares it for warehouse handling.
Process begins in the field, but its value is created through careful factory control.
A strong tomato factory keeps every zone connected, clean, and easy to follow.
The final product family shows how one familiar crop becomes many everyday foods.
A good factory process makes every transformation clear, from raw tomato to finished product.
From harvest to washing, crushing, pulping, cooking, filling, and packing, this is the full tomato factory process. After warehouse control, the finished tomato products move towards stores, kitchens, and food manufacturers.
This is how fresh tomatoes become sauce, paste, ketchup, and other tomato products through real factory steps.
Thank you for watching Mega Processing Tech. Subscribe, like, share, and comment what factory we should explore next.